argue that Dems have made it more dangerous for Leos since the 90s. I mean, it is kind of crazy though. They just said, yeah, he's just supposed to sit here and just, get ran over. It's like, no, bro, it don't work like that. And when you guys read out that DHS stature, they're talking about a vehicle fleeing. An officer in pursuit cannot shoot at a moving vehicle, because you shoot at a moving vehicle and we shoot out the tires, you can end up killing the person in there. I mean, yes, you can't do that. But if a vehicle goes to stationary to moving in your direction and in your perception is that you're about to get ran over, you can take lethal force. I wish he didn't, but he had every right to. And it's not about what you saw in slow motion. It's about what he saw in his perception of his life being in danger in that moment. So, like, nobody really cares about what you've seen on that camera. It's about what that man seen in his eyes when he perceived danger and ended up taking that young lady's life, which I wish he didn't do. But hey, I also wish he didn't drive off.
You've also been criticized for your comments. The shooting, we should note, was Wednesday at 10:37 a.m. Eastern. Just over 2 hours later, the Department of Homeland Security put out a statement definitively asserting what had happened, defending the ICE agent, accusing Renee Good of domestic terrorism. That's a characterization that you reiterated in a press conference half an hour later. Now, Republican Senator Tom Tillis said, quote, "It was very unusual to have a senior law enforcement official to draw a conclusion about an event where the scene was still being processed. Generally speaking, law enforcement would recognize that a life was lost, that families are changed forever, the shooter's life will change forever. We're collecting video. We're trying to assess the situation." Why did you not wait for an investigation before making your comments?
Oh, well, everything that I've said has been proven to be factual and the truth. This administration wants to operate in transparency. I have the responsibility as the Secretary of Homeland Security to know this information as soon as possible. Had just been in Minneapolis the day before, had already had conversations with officers on the ground and supervisors, and knew the facts, and decided that the department and the people of this country deserve to know the truth of the situation of what had unfolded in Minneapolis.
But with all due respect, Secretary, the first thing you said was, quote, "What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and rammed them with her vehicle." That's not what happened. We all saw what happened.
It absolutely is what happened. Those officers had been out in enforcement action. A vehicle had been stuck. They had come to help get that.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the thing. I don't honestly believe that was her intention, but as soon as she drove off her car, bro, it's not about her true intention. It's what the officers perceived her intention to be. She was told to stop, right? She's already obstructing. This guy's already went around to her, already in his face, antagonizing him. Now, three ICE officers walk up to her, telling her to get out the car. And instead of getting out the car, her girlfriend tells her to drive off. And that's what she does. Like, no, you cannot do that. Like, you can't do that and not think that you're putting your life in danger. Like, no, I'm sorry, but you guys can sit here and try to call it murder, but that's a strong grounds for self-defense. And if you actually look at the video, the man didn't really even know she was moving backwards until he got into the side of the car where he was hidden. In the video, you can hear the thump that the car, you can hear the impact of his body hitting the car. So you can't say that he wasn't hit. And you can't, and I'm sorry, but once that vehicle went from stationary to moving in his direction, that is a lethal weapon. He is allowed to take deadly, well, I mean, be real with you, use lethal force, like it or not.
Vehicle out. That's when this individual started blocking traffic for minutes and minutes.
You said that the woman attacked them and surrounded them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle.
Blocked the road for a long time and was yelling at them and impeding a federal law enforcement investigation. That's what you need to focus on, Jake, is they were breaking the law by impeding and obstructing a law enforcement operation. They were breaking the law already, and these officers were doing their due diligence of what their training had prepared them to do.
That right there. You see that right there at that very moment when they told her to get up out that car, she should have just took the key out the car or put her hands on the dashboard, and that'd have been that. Like, that's exactly what she should have did.
A law enforcement operation. They were breaking the law already, and these officers were doing their due diligence of what their training had prepared them to do.
And guess what? When she drove off, she didn't just put this man's life in danger who shot her, but she put the officer's hand who's inside of the car in danger as well. That was a risk at dragging him as well. Do you understand this?
Make sure they were handling it appropriately.
You said within hours of her being killed, you said that she was a domestic terrorist. How do you define domestic terrorist?
She weaponized her vehicle to conduct an act of violence against a law enforcement officer and the public.
Well, she was using her vehicle to obstruct law enforcement, distract them, follow them around. So, yeah, she was obstructing law enforcement, but was it her intention to actually drive this man over? In my honest opinion, no. I believe she overreacted out of fear, but that don't matter. It's all the officer's perception of, damn, the car's coming towards me. So, damn, she might be actually driving towards me. So let me go ahead and protect myself. And that's all that matters, is their perception. And if it's a reasonable argument to make, like, yeah, he could sit there and say, yo, I thought the car was coming at me, so I shot her. I couldn't see the wheels turning like everybody else could see in the video. I'm not looking at the bottom of the car. And everybody went, well, the camera set the camera. He was holding the camera like this, remember? AKA is not stuck on his goddamn forehead or on his effing chest to where he's directly looking at this woman. We don't know that. It's off to the side. So please spare me.
How
So
can
as
you
they are doing that,
how can you assert with certainty that she was trying to hurt the officer as opposed to she was trying to flee the scene?
if you look at what the definition of domestic terrorism is, it completely fits the situation on the ground. This individual, as you saw in the video that we released just 48 hours after this incident, showed that this officer was hit by her vehicle. She weaponized it, and he defended his life and those colleagues around him and the public.
The question is, I don't doubt. My position is, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. Some people say that it clearly showed that she was trying to hit him and did. Some people say, no, she was clearly trying to move her car. And
I mean, like I said, let's go over it. I mean, let's go over it from his point of view, because I got the video right here, guys. Don't worry, I got all angles of this. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This is the officers that shot her. Cell phone footage. She was already warned before this. So if you're paying to the video beforehand, she was already warned, going like, look, you're obstructing. If you don't move, you'll be arrested. She was already warned. This is this man coming around again, pretty much, giving video evidence.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you.
And here's the thing, her saying, I'm not mad at you. I'm sorry, but that means nothing. That means nothing at all. I'm sorry. It doesn't play into the fact that she definitely did drive the car towards the man. And he perceived it that way. So that's why her life was lost. If she'd have said that and just leave the car stationary and get out the car and talk to him, I mean, she'd be alive today.
Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later.
And this
That's
is
fine. U.S.
the
citizen.
girlfriend.
You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car.
Yep, out of the car.
Get out of the car.
Whoa. Yep, got hit. And that's why I say a lot of people only want to focus on one video. They want to focus on the first video that came out instead of looking at all angles, especially the Dems. Like, I need to do better.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa. Yeah. So you can't sit there and say he wasn't struck. I mean, you can see it from different angles.
Dark-colored SUV driven by Renee. As the vehicle passes, you can see the dark-colored SUV driven by Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back. The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle, then converging on it. And then you see right there the SUV begins to move.
And let's be real, it was very clear what they told that young lady to do. Get out the car. You're done. Stop. And here's the thing. 2 officers' lives was put in danger when she pulled off. I hope you know this. Remember the officer's hand who's inside the car? She's trying to pull off with him while there's an officer circling her car. And she knows this. If you've seen the video that I just shown you, this man was circling her car before she even moved it. So she knew her surroundings. She knew this officer was still moving around the car, yet she still chose to drive off. with an officer's hand inside. Those are 2 officers' lives that was put in danger because she moved her car.
And that's when the shots are fired.
Sadly. Moves across. And here's the thing. You want to know how you know he just didn't stand in front of there like an idiot?
Fired.
He moved across the front of it. If he really wanted to stand in front, he'd just hop out and put his hands on there and be like, don't move. But he didn't do that. He moved across it, trying to get that video evidence or trying to help his homie who's trying to get her out the car. And oh Lord, look what he's seeing. All of a sudden she's driving off with his man's hand still in there. He sees that he might get ran over. His man might get dragged. What does he do? He shoots the lady. Do I disagree with him just taking her life outright? Of course I do. But I also disagree with her doing, I'm gonna be real with you, ignoring everything. Like, of course she could have just been at home taking care of her kid, not been obstructing the police whatsoever, followed the instruction of a federal agent or law enforcement, and she'd have been here today. So there's multiple things she could have did to avoid this. But yep, as he move off to the side there, nicks him. Wow, and yep, wow.
Now, prior to this, the video shows the SUV had been stationary and sideways across the road like that for about 3 minutes. The reason for that is unclear.
CNN has obtained some new video. Again,
and I'm just saying, like I said, a lot of people want to sit and say, no, bro, no. It's like, yes, bro, I'm sorry, but these are the facts of the matter. He drove up behind her already and gave her that warning. Here's him coming out again. The dog was actually safe. Don't worry.
We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Get out the car.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Drive, Sherry, drive.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
Whoa! And was told to drive off while the police hand is inside her car, while she knows an officer surrounding her vehicle. At that point, you are using your car as a deadly weapon. Even if her intention was to skirt away from him, that was not his perception. So she ended up getting shot. Like, I know it's tough to hear, but I mean, let's go back to the first video where she was literally in the middle of the road obstructing. So who's this? Do y'all know what this is? This is Renee Good. Honda Pilot, maroon Honda Pilot that she's in right now, blocking the road, obstructing, and honking the horn in rhythm, by the way. In rhythm, you can literally see her dancing. You can see her reflective jacket, all that. Did they show you this? Did mainstream media show this to you? And I ain't see it hit mainstream media yet. Not even yet. I have yet to see this hit mainstream media. This was walking up towards her because she was warned, already warned. See that you're obstructing. You need to get out of the way. There's the ICE officer moving behind her car. AKA, she already knew the ICE officer was there in that surrounding area. Already knew. I'll be real with you. When cops get next to you, yeah, I would suggest you don't move. Especially when you're obstructing. He's blocking off a whole lane. And she's literally blocking off an entire lane. Like the entire side of the road. See, moving around. That's the video pretty much I just showed you of his point of view of it from a different point of view. Nah, it's too late now. Too late now. He was already obstructing. Ain't no going through. Get out the car. And boom. So please tell me, how are y'all guys so confused about this? I mean, it's kind of obvious how this went down. Even from the front view. So you've seen it from the back, the front. I mean, shoot, you've seen it from, of course, what the mainstream media showed you. You've seen it from the ICE officer in his position. I mean, let's be real. Just to sit here and try to say it's murder. Yeah, bro, you jump into conclusions, bro, and you don't know what you're talking about. You can see right there, he got hit. So yeah, I don't even know what y'all talking about when he said, "Oh, he wasn't hit." Set, yes, the F he was. Right there, you can literally see him push him out the way. Yeah, but that's always not good to see. So yeah, I mean, we can just keep on going through the footage here, and then of course here's the original footage that everybody else sees. So everybody else goes off of. They don't want to talk about the footage that most likely came from this house right here. They don't want to talk about the footage that came from the ICE officer. Nope, everybody just focus on this. Why? Because they can spin it. They can try to spin it like murder. But if you see everything else, it's damn near impossible. And like I said, only if she didn't try to drive off, she'd still be here today. If she didn't listen to her wife, she'd still be here today. If she didn't listen to the rhetoric of left-wing media talking about how ISIS, Gestapo, and Nazis, she'd still be here today. I want y'all to think about that for a little bit before you guys, chimp out in the chat. All right, though. Shout out to Toe. Appreciate you, sis. He says send something in the Discord for you to read off. All right, let me see.
Flee and get away.
But let's get back to Jake Tapper and Kristi Noem.
Some people say that it clearly showed that she was trying to hit him and did. Some people say no, she was clearly trying to move her car and flee and get away. I don't know. What I'm saying is, how do you know? How can you assert for a fact within hours before any investigation, this is what happened?
The facts of the situation are that the vehicle was weaponized and it attacked the law enforcement officer. He defended himself and he defended those individuals around him. That is the definition. When there is something that is weaponized to use against the public and law enforcement, that is an act of domestic terrorism. It happened in our shores. It happened here in our country. You don't get to change the facts just because you don't like them. We will continue to look at this individual and what her motivations were. We know that there was, throughout that morning, she had harassed and impeded law enforcement operations. That raises the suspicion level with all of these law enforcement officers as far as paying attention to what her capacity is. And as you see on the videos, and they've proven out that this law enforcement officer took the action that his training prepared him for, and he worked to make sure that he could save his own life and those around him.
How can you assert that there's no ambiguity in this before any investigation has taken place?
I had just been in Minneapolis and had been with those officers, had seen what they were facing on the streets every day, and had talked to their supervisors as soon as the incident happened and had gotten the facts and seen videos before I ever went to talk at that press conference. And the Trump administration and President...
Oh, yeah. And those of you who don't know, yeah, ICE is also HSI, which is Homeland Security Investigation. Those guys can arrest you. Now, ICE, they can't just go out there and, arrest you because, they're mainly there for immigration enforcement. But they roll with HSI just in case they have to detain a citizen.
Trump is the most
being a part of Homeland Security, of course.
Transparent and open government that we've ever had. Give the public the information, give them what they need to know about a situation so they can have the truth as soon as possible.
So if this agents were perfectly fine, if everything he did was accurate, does that mean that other ICE agents should
He
look
wasn't
at what?
perfectly fine. He was injured. He went to the hospital.
No,
He
his
was
actions were
treated.
fine. I didn't say.
In fact, I think a lot of people and guests and even you yourself called this situation something very different and untruthful about what it was, as far as
What did I say that was untruthful?
That this was not a correct definition of what was happening on the ground.
I said that your description, they were attempting to push out their vehicle and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with their vehicle is not what we see on the videotape, and it's not.
It is.
It absolutely is the facts of what
actually it is. I'm sorry, but like Jake Tapper, that's what you want to say, but please explain. He has no argument though. He has no argument to sit there and say, oh, well, it's not. All right, cool. Give us your argument how it is a murder then, because you can't. You guys are just saying that it is. Give us definitive proof that he went out there with the intention to murder this young lady, or I'm sorry, but this middle-aged lady. Of course he didn't. She put herself in the way to get shot. So I'm sorry, but you can't just sit there and say, oh, well, there was no intent whatsoever. That's not what the video shows. Actually, that's what almost every angle shows.
On the ground that day. They were there pushing out a vehicle earlier. They had helped each other.
But that's not what you said. That's not what you said. Yes, they were pushing out a vehicle.
Absolutely what I said. There's not one.
We all have seen the video. I don't need to.
Oh, guys, you got any question, comment, jokes, or disagreements? I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage you with it. Just $2 and up. Like I said, if not, man, you can just, like I said, cry to the for disagreeers. You can cry to my mods. They'll be happy to take you guys on. You know, they're collecting liberal tears. Okay, guys.
To relitigate it, we've all seen the video. She is blocking the street. They approach her.
You haven't seen the video of the entire morning and the previous encounters with this individual.
Oh, we have aired it. Yes, we have. On Thursday, we were airing and noting the fact that she was there for several minutes, for minutes and minutes and minutes. She was protesting without question.
And at previous locations that morning, that these vehicles had been previously down the block on video that you haven't seen. There's more information.
The question is not
impeding law enforcement operations.
I mean, yeah, because the video that was like 3 minutes before her getting shot, that was just released like yesterday. So there's going to be more and more video that honestly is going to make this man have a stronger case for self-defense. Because that's all these newer video releases are doing, is giving this man a stronger case for self-defense as the Dems focus on the first release video and ignore all the other ones.
Throughout the previous moments and hours before
the question is, what was she doing when she was moving her car?
The question
That's the question.
Is why?
No. Here's the thing. The problem is she shouldn't even been moving her car. That's the problem. What are you talking about, Jake? Like, are you dumb? Like, bro, if the cops around you and they're reaching inside your car, are you going to move your car? No, you'd be a law-abiding citizen and be like, all right, you guys got it. You got it. You're not going to sit there and try to drive off with the police basically inside your car. You're not going to try to drive off with a police officer encircling your car and then 2-3 others that's basically trying to get in. It would be really dumb of you to try to drive off and think that there wouldn't be dire consequences. I'm sorry. That's really dumb of you to say that.
Why are we arguing with a president who's working to keep people safe? Why are we arguing with law enforcement operations that have gone on in this country for years, and we're working to collect murderers and rapists and drug traffickers and fraudsters off the streets of Minnesota, and we don't have local law enforcement and local elected officials that are partnering with us to help do that work? Overwhelmingly, the people in this country said they wanted America to be safe again, that they didn't want dangerous criminals on our streets. I would encourage the elected leaders in that city and in that state to work with us so that we can do our operations without the kind of opposition and people that are conducting and perpetuating the kind of violent rhetoric that we're seeing today.
DHS policy authorizes use of deadly force only, quote, when no reasonably effective, safe, and feasible alternatives appears to exist. Could he not have just gotten out of the way?
This individual and this officer is a highly experienced.
Yeah, the guy got like 10 years on the force. And here's the thing, like I said, if officers are telling you to get out of your car and she tried to move her car while that officer's hand was in there, because here's a lot of things that you Dems ignore. Did you just ignore the fact that there was an officer's hand inside that car? And when she was driving off, that officer's hand he was basically getting drugged. So I'm be real with you. Not only would he got hit, but this officer that had his hand already in there while she was taking off in her car, which is illegal, by the way, you're not allowed to do. Yeah, while all that was happening, I'm sorry, but that gave that man justification to defend himself and basically his partner as well. Like, I'm not sure how blind you guys are, but as soon as that man put that hand in that car, she should have took her hand off the wheel.
Law enforcement officer. He has years of training and specialized training.
And if you drive, and if you go from stationary and drive towards an officer, yeah, that's you using deadly force.
For these types of situations. We're grateful that he's alive. It's a tragic situation, and we're going to continue to work on the investigation into the individual and find out what the motivations were behind her actions that day.
We're grateful that that he's alive too. I want to play this moment from the officer's cell phone video.
Get out of the car.
Drive, baby, drive.
Fucking bitch.
That was fucked up.
Is that Agent Ross's voice calling Renee Good a fucking bitch?
Oh yeah, bro. Does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter that he called her a fucking bitch? That, like, bro, it doesn't take away from the fact that she literally moved the car towards the man to where it hit him, and he fired. I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter what he says after that. Like, that doesn't give any credit to the whole murder spiel or murder spin that you guys are trying to do here. Nothing. Like, this is such an emotional argument. It's like, well, is that him saying fuck this bitch? Like, nigga, does it matter? Are we not talking about, is this a strong case for self-defense, or are we talking about this man's language?
I can't determine which one it is, but it could be.
No, it's his. Come on now.
In June of last year, Agent Ross had his arm pinned in the back window of a car as an undocumented immigrant who was a criminal drove away from a traffic stop. It dragged him about 100 yards. Here's what Vice President Vance said about the incident this week.
That very ICE officer nearly had his life ended, dragged by a car 6 months ago, 33 stitches in his leg. So you think maybe he's a little bit sensitive about somebody ramming him with an automobile?
If this is relevant, first of all, it's horrible that that happened.
Mm-hmm.
If it's relevant, which the vice president seems to think it is, do you think this understandably very traumatic event that this officer went through last June might have influenced, as the vice president is suggesting happened, how he responded?
Now, there's no indication to that, but the facts is that we've seen vehicles weaponized over 100 times in the last several months against our law enforcement.
Oh, guys, let's make sure to double tap that screen, like the video, guys. Let's get more people in on the conversation by double tapping that screen. If you have any questions, comments, jokes, or disagreements, I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage with it. Appreciate the support. And hey, for the disagreeers, I mean, look, bro, if you ain't trying to put your money where your mouth is, then it's okay. You can just sit there and cry to my mods in the chat. That's what you're here for, to console your liberal tears. They're nice people, honestly.
Officers. So they definitely know that the threat is real, that individuals who are trained by activists to go out and to impede their law enforcement operations will weaponize their vehicles and try to run them over and drag them and not stop. So they certainly go into these situations with that knowledge that that could happen, and that's what their training prepares them for.
More to you.
What evidence are you looking at that so many other people around the country look at and they say, it looked to me, her tires were turned to the right, she was moving her car, and they see a woman trying to flee. You say she was trying to kill the officer. No investigation has happened. Why are you so certain that your interpretation is the truth when an investigation hasn't even happened?
Jake, I'm watching the videos.
Other
I'm
people are
talking to
watching the
officers.
videos
I'm getting
and
the
coming
facts.
to a different conclusion.
Everything that we've stated as the Department of Homeland Security in this administration.
See, and then you got to roast dumbasses in the chat like this. Hey, retarded. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah. Here's the thing, though. He didn't even know the vehicle was moving. Like, and let's be honest. You're saying that officers are taught not to get in front of vehicles. Yes, moving vehicles, my friend. And then let's be real. When that officer told her to get out before he got in front of the vehicle, she shouldn't even have moved it, you dumbass. Like, that's what I'm saying. You guys don't even get like the details of this. So you're not allowed to move your car as soon as the officer tells you to get out with his hand inside your car. As soon as you take off, and guess this guy was moving across it. He wasn't just standing in front of it. So you're wrong also there, by the way, as well. He wasn't just standing in front of there waiting to get hit. He was moving across it, most likely moving towards the guys that was trying to extract the lady out the car. when she took off and end up clipping the guy and also dragging the guy whose hand was in the car. Man.
Administration has been factual.
You got to grill the
and
retards.
I wish we would talk factually about what we see every day from these protesters, what they do, what they say, how they chant over and over, kill ICE, attack law enforcement, how they're trained to perpetuate violence against them and to stop the work that they do every day. Each of these law enforcement officers takes an oath to protect this country and uphold the law. They go out every day and enforce the laws of this country to keep people safe. So these individuals that are out there harassing them while they do that work, doxing their identities, threatening them and their families, it's unacceptable. And that's why President Trump is so strong in supporting their operations in all of these cities.
The officer appeared to have fired 3 shots. The first one through the front windshield, the second and third through the side window.
And guys, let's go ahead and look at this again, because like I said, we got some I'm gonna be real with you, some real slow people in the chat. There he is in their face. So get out the car. Get out the car. See, hand right there in the car, basically gripping, trying to open the door, and she's moving backwards. You cannot do that. Like, not at all. She's actually putting his life in danger just moving the car while his hand is on it. No! Still doing so. Now his hand is inside the car. And you know what? You know what stopped the man from getting drugged? Sadly, this guy's shooting her.
Shame! Oh my fucking
while getting
God!
nicked by the car.
What the fuck?
So yeah. And that's the video that you guys all seen. But let's go ahead and get into what's
good. That's on the right there in the back. As the vehicle passes, you can see the dark colored SUV driven by,
and you see where my cursor is? This is the ICE officer that shot her.
Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back. The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle.
Wasn't just standing in front of the car either. Think about it. The car moved. The car literally moved like ICE officer's hands was on the car and moved in front of him.
Taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about.
If the car didn't move, boom, the car moved. He's in front of the car now. So no, he didn't just get in there and stand in front of the car. Like, are you serious? It's right there in front of your eye.
The dark colored SUV driven by Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back.
And follow my cursor.
Video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle.
Boom! The car moved. When she backed up, when she backed up, she put him in front of the car. He didn't move in front of the car. When she backed up, while the ICE officer was trying to gain access, she put him in front of the car. Not he just went out there and stood there. But you guys only looked at one angle, right? I'm pretty sure. Now let's go ahead and watch it again so you guys can't be retards and try to deny your eyes. Go ahead and focus. Keep your hands. Go sit on your hands and look at the video.
The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle.
Moved. He wasn't walking over there to get in front of the car. Bro, he was walking over there to help out his fellow ICE officers. She moved the car and put the car in front of him. But you didn't see that one in that angle, did you?
Then converging on it. And then you see right there the SUV begins to move. And that's when the shots are fired.
Literally moved the car. When she backed up, she moved the car in front of him. Bro wasn't even in front of the car until she moved the car.
Fired.
Crazy.
Now, prior to this,
all of you guys that were saying that, oh, he stood in front of the car. No, he didn't. She literally moved. When she backed up, that's when she put that man in front of the car. And that's one of the reasons why he thought in his perception that, oh, this car is about to come towards me and she's most likely or maybe want to hit me. So please tell me how you've missed this part right here.
As the vehicle passes, you can see the dark colored SUV driven by Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back.
How'd you miss it?
The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about.
Boom. When she moved back and he's walking forward
near the vehicle.
As she's moving back, who's now in front of the car? Because who moved back? Renee Good moved back. Because she moved her car, the ICE officer is now in front of it. He didn't get in front of it. She put him in front of it.
And converging on it. And then you see right there, the SUV begins to move.
Nice.
And that's when the shots are fired.
Boom. Literally wasn't in front of the car. Like I said, go follow my cursor because I'm literally tracking this man down.
Are fired.
This is the ICE officer right here where my cursor is. Is he in front of the car right here? No. It's like, is he in front of the car now? No, but she's slightly moving back. As you see, she moved back as he keeps walking, and now she puts him in front of the car and proceeds to drive off at the order of her girlfriend, nicking him and getting shot in the process.
Now, prior to this, the video shows the SUV had been stationary and sideways across the road like that for about.
So it's crazy how they don't want to mention her moving back and literally putting this guy in the line of, like, pretty much, I'll be real with you, in the danger zone. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. What you guys want to sit here and say he stood in front of a car? No, she put him in front of that car. And I mean, this is about as obvious as it gets. I'll be real with you. I don't know how obvious can it get. Actually, I wonder if you can notice the same thing in his video. Oh, and shout out to my man Jay. He says CNN using the same playbook they did with Biden videos. Exactly. They don't want to really show you the full picture.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the
car. When she moved, boom. When she moved backwards, that's when you can see him in front of the car. He wasn't in front of that car until she moved backwards and put him in the line.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car.
That's why it caught him off guard, because the car was stationary. All of a sudden she moves back. Now all of a sudden he's in front of the car and within like a couple seconds, and then she drives forward. Now you know the truth. Now you know the bullshit. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And make sure you double tap the screen and share the video. Let's get it out to the people, because they BSing and they showing still shots. Why? Because they know if they show the rest of the angles, it's obviously self-defense, or I'm sorry, but a strong case for self-defense. I don't want to say obviously. Never could be 100% on anything, honestly.
It's the first one through the front windshield, the second and third through the side window. What is the justification for the second and third, given that the officer was out of harm's way?
You're watching the same videos that I am, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching the same ones. So you see how quickly the situation unfolded, how the officer was in front of the vehicle when she sped off.
Nah, for real though, I'd have to ask Jay Tapper the same thing. I'm like, bro, you sure you watch the same videos that I watch? Like, you're sure, like, you watch all angles, or you just want to show me this, the one that looks the worst? You don't want to show me like the 4 different angles that's been released all over social media. Like, are you really doing your job, bro? Really?
How she ran into him and how he had to take quick action based on his training to defend himself and his colleagues around him.
Once he's out of harm's way.
That's very clear and factual from the videos that you can see. It's nobody's interpretation. We don't get to change it because we can see it with our eyes and we can build on the evidence that we have on the ground.
All right, now let's go ahead and get over to the next video here with Jake Tapper and the mayor of Minneapolis. I guess what I don't know who this guy is next to him, but might be the police chief most likely. Let's get right into it.
Joining us now to respond, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara.
Oh, all right.
Mayor Frey, your response to what you just heard from Secretary Noem, she invoked you by name.
That was some wild and crazy stuff. It sounds like she doesn't believe a single word that she is saying right now. And I don't know if
bro, who are you to say that? He's like, it sounds like she doesn't believe a single word. No, she spoke pretty confidently, just like I'm speaking pretty confidently on the matter because I've seen all the angles.
Donald Trump was drinking a glass of water, if she'd actually be able to speak, because here's the thing, she's calling Minneapolis like this dystopian hellhole. You know how many shootings we've had so far this year? 2. And one of them was ICE. 2 shootings in a large city so far.